here with Phil Sherman, and we are going to be trying to show him some stadiums and see if he can guess who the creator is.
I gotta think it's either Scotty Warren or Murph. I'm gonna say Scotty Warren.
Chad, you want to make any guesses before I reveal who it is?
But this time, it's not my fault. I can honestly 100% blame this guy.
Hey, I fixed everything. All right, guys, what's going on? Turn that music down a little bit. We are just chilling out today. How was your guys' weekend? For those of you that are here, I'm gonna stop this demo on the show playing in the background. It's gonna drive me nuts. Is that music absolutely cranked for you guys, or is it good? We ate shit against the Dodgers. I mean, it is the Dodgers. It's like there's two different teams for the Dodgers this year. There's the team that just can't seem to beat teams they should beat. I'll just put it this way. Sometimes the Dodgers show up and sometimes they don't. It sounds good. Nice. I'm check out my levels real quick. The weekend, Monday and today, all did pretty decent. That's good. What's up, Amish TV? Good level? Nice. Okay. Sometimes it crushes in my ears and I have to adjust to my headphones versus what I'm hearing on stream. Today is the second day of my weekend. I was off yesterday, off today. So we're just hanging. I got my dogs down here. Can't see them, but yeah, and Simba's hanging down here with me. See if we get a few more people to drop in here. I want to talk about just different ideas we got for the channel. Some ideas we can run by. Mark Stevens, what's going on, dude? Got my notes pulled up here too. For the couple of you guys that saw that intro, what did you think? Did you like it? I thought it was pretty cool. Did you see the Chihuahua in Minnesota that was running with a wolf pack? What? I'm surprised they didn't eat it. If it were up to me, if I was pitching knuckle curve down and in, screwball down and away, and anything to get 2 strikes off Shohei. And with the time's right, fastball to the face? That's not cool. But he was even the alpha. Alpha Chihuahua. That sounds like a Disney movie. Chihuahua finds his way into a wolf pack and ends up running the whole thing. I used to throw a screwball. I can't remember there. I went to a baseball camp in St. Thomas, Minnesota, and since I threw sidearm, I wish I could remember this guy's name. He played for the Montreal Expos. Not at the time, he was retired, but he saw the way I pitched, and he was like, "Dude, I gotta teach you the screwball." I'm pitching like Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan was the GOAT. Yeah, this guy, he's like, "I gotta teach you how to throw the screwball," and he taught it to me when I was, man, I wonder how old I was. 15, 16, maybe 14, 15, somewhere in there. Became one of my best pitches though. Between a 2-seam fastball and a screwball, throwing sidearm. It helped a lot. I had a pretty good slider. A sidearm screw, yeah, so like it's really easy because you're just going like this and you're rolling your whole wrist over just to get that cut. Circle change and sinker are what I like to call pussy screwballs. And circle change, you got to get that grip like just right though, you know, like that. It takes practice. Sinkers are a little different though. Sinkers are more like a fastball than a screwball is. You throw a sidearm screwball too? Hey, there you go. Yeah, the one thing that did me in was the stretch. The stretch that I never did that got me eventually was like, make sure you're stretching, you know, back this way and then, you know, doing that stretch down this way, because I have an internal impingement now where I have a limited range of motion. No, it wasn't Pat Neshek. This was before Pat Neshek played for the Twins. Because you're originally from Minnesota? I mean, me too. I grew up in Shakopee, Minnesota. If you know where that is. Kind of by Minnetonka, Eden Prairie. Burnsville-ish area, I guess. Well, Burnsville's like 20 minutes away. Yeah, we looked it up one time on stream like a year and a half ago. We figured out who it was, but I still don't remember. But it was at St. Thomas baseball camp where they had a bunch of ex-players. What's going on, Jason? Dad bought OG. Everybody's getting in here now. Burnsville? Nice. Yeah. I had some friends who used to go to Burnsville. Buck Hill. I remember going there as a kid. You're in Idaho? That's one place. That's one of the states I haven't been to yet. Is Idaho. Well, I shouldn't say one. There's about 10 or 12 states I haven't visited yet. Idaho's one of them. I mean, California, so it's not super far away. But no, there's a golf course. Well, like, you know, the big, if you're in Idaho, you know, everybody wants to go to Corday Lane. My arm angle is low enough to be considered submarine, but I lean to the left a lot to make it a sidearm. Oh, I gotcha. Mountains are amazing. What's up, Scotty Warren? Yeah, a lot of people dropping in here now. Nice. We're just talking baseball, man. I miss the days of playing. Back then, I always thought I was gonna go pro, and I got scouted. And there's a little story behind it. I ended up wrecking my arm, but my fastball. I topped out at like I think it was between 91 and 93 was like my average. And not being 93, I'd probably maybe 5% of my pitches hit that high. I was throwing 91, 92 most of the time. Just mainly a two-seam fastball. I had some decent movement on it though. Race fan, dude, it has been a while. Not a knuckle dragger, like, no. I was honestly between, like, everybody called it sidearm. It kind of leaned up a little bit towards 3/4, but it was sidearm for the most part. Yeah, Braves fan, where have you been, man? We haven't seen you in a long time. There's a couple guys I was just thinking about the other day we haven't seen. Texas Ags we haven't seen in a while. There's a few guys that we've been getting stadiums from on the regular, and it hasn't helped that me and Phil have slowed down on our videos, me especially. I have one like halfway edited. I keep working on it. I'm gonna try and finish it up tomorrow, but it's one of those things. I come up with some new projects to make it a little bit more fun, because it gets a little stale not looking at your stadiums, but just be like, hey, here's 10 more stadiums and here's what's in them. And then make another video. Here's another 10 stadiums, 12 stadiums. Here's what they look like. It'd be kind of fun just to do something a little bit different. So I've been kind of trying to think of some projects and stuff like that. Best old recreations in recent memory. Anything by Archmage, Chemish, which where's he been? Haven't seen Archmage in a while either. I think he's been pretty busy with work. That's a good speed for sidearm. Yeah. I mean, you look at guys nowadays and there's how many guys have thrown over 100 in the league now? It's insane. The latest updates, if any, to Stadium, like Stadium Creator, none. There has not been an update to Stadium Creator this year. The last update was the 80 props we got. It was about a year ago. I think it was about August or September, where we got the Turn of the Century props, which was a great update too, and that was the last one we got. I'm hoping to get a new idea for a new stadium. That's kind of the plan. I'm trying to get. I feel like we're really unmotivated right now with basically what Elle said. There's just no updates. Town ballparks, little small towns, that'd be cool. We got a lot to go. I can run through some of my guys, or some of my ideas. I got a list here of stuff that I was writing down. Well, typing up, I should say. Just ideas to try and keep things a little bit fresh here. I still want to do, videos like we have been doing, where we show, between 10 and 15. Usually it's around 11 or 12 stadiums. I try to keep the videos around no longer than 15 to 20 minutes, because the retention rate on them is terrible anyway. Just kind of keep those same videos. I want to do a lot more streaming. I do enjoy streaming more than making videos, but I think if I get some new ideas to make videos, I'll get back into having more fun with it. So one of the ones we were talking about, and we see how we were doing the showdowns. I kind of want to bring that back. And instead of showdowns, I want to do challenges. They haven't fixed bugs in SC, let alone add new things. Crazy the whole game cycle. Yeah, we won't get one this year. I'm 100% sure of it. We're almost into the playoffs, and like, you know, real life, we're not getting any more updates. You got footage of my candlestick build. I think that's in the next video or the one after that. I have 2 videos lined up that I'm editing. It's honestly pathetic that they haven't had an update for SC this year. I think, here's my deal. I think Diamond Dynasty last year was such a flop, and since they brought back Power Creep this year, they're just capitalizing on everybody playing it again. I think they're making a ton of money. I'm sure the higher ups are saying, hey, you need to, you know, Diamond Dynasty, Diamond Dynasty, Diamond Dynasty. They're making the money on it. It's back to being good. But I mean, you look at the news and you look at what Stadium Creator was this year. It's that La Grassa Park and everything. Anytime Stadium Creator got mentioned this year, which was basically twice, it was in a bad light. You had La Grassa, which screw whoever made that, you know, exposed that glitch and got it all over the internet. But that was bad. And then when they tried to carry over the stadiums but get rid of the Costco field builds where they didn't want the short fences with the 270 corners, none of the stadiums carried over, so they had to backtrack and try and fix that. So, I mean, they've had nothing but issues with Stadium Creator this year. That's why I think they're just Diamond Dynasty focused this year. I'm hoping maybe next year we'll see some improvements. It's gonna have, if we don't see improvements at launch next year, I mean, I hope they never touch Stadium Creator again. That's kind of my thoughts on it. LaGrosse would be the reason they get rid of Stadium Creator. Either that or they make it an offline only thing, and if it's offline only, then they won't even touch it. It could very well, I think at minimum they'll keep putting Stadium Creator in the game just because they can, but they won't make any updates to it. You know what, if they kept it all offline, they could change it so that when you get more props, they could charge DLC for it and make money on it. And I mean, it's a double-edged sword. We get more props, you just have to pay for it. But if the packs were like $5 or $10, it wouldn't be that big of a deal as long as they were worth it. I just jumped in to introduce myself. It's my dinner time. Thank you to all the creators in the StadiumCenter channel for keeping hope alive for Stadium creations. You're to meet you. Yeah, you too, man. We'll be on for a while if you want to drop back later. You know, we'll be on another day. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I'd be willing to pay for that stuff. Me too. I mean, it's one of those things. I'd be willing to pay for it, but I pay for DLC in a lot of games. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have a decent job where I make decent money. And I don't have kids. That's the big thing too, is, you know, my girlfriend and I, we're in that dual income, no kids kind of thing. So we have a little extra money we can spend here and there, but yeah, I have no problem paying for extra content as long as it's worth it. But, you know, if they're putting out packs that are terrible, then I'd probably still buy it. Just depending on what's in there. If there's like 2 good props, I'd be like, oh god, I gotta get it. Could be a reset. Yeah, if they, and that's the thing, is I wish we could get a big push for Stadium Creator and make it big, just so it gets in the right light, so they can say, hey, there is potential here. You know, it's almost like it's on us to give them a reason to keep it going. And that's kind of what me and Phil try to do with our channels, is like, you know, we try and say, hey, SDS, look, you know, there's potential here. This could be a really big thing. But, you know, Diamond Dynasty is always going to be their cash cow. No matter, even if you monetize Stadium Creator, it won't make even 5% of the profits that, you know, Diamond Dynasty does. But I mean, you could use stubs too, just for DLC. I mean, there's a lot of potential there. Yeah, no, like I was saying, I kind of want to bring back some new stuff, or replay stuff. We're talking about challenges instead of showdowns, where, if you guys remember the template challenge, doing something like that, but instead of doing voting, so here's the format I'm thinking. because like I said, I want to start streaming a lot more, because it's just easier for me to jump on, get in, look at some stuff, go over stuff with you guys. It's easy for me to jump on before work, and it doesn't take, you know, 6 or 8 hours, you know, to like it does to put the video together. But I'd want to do like showdowns, but call them challenges, where hey, I put out kind of like a template challenge, or it doesn't even have to be like a template. I originally thought like, hey, I'll put out this new, like, I don't know if you call it like a map, but I'll put out something kind of like a template challenge. Everybody goes and downloads it, build your own stadium, put your twist on it. We'll check them out on stream, and then later I'll make a recap video about it. That was an idea I had. And then yeah, I'd like to show them off on live streams first, just so whoever created them, if they're in the chat, you know, they can talk about, you know, what they built, and they can get feedback from the guys. And I don't know about you guys, I like hanging out in chat like this with you guys. It's fun to talk to you guys, and I think we can bounce a lot of good ideas off each other too. But then yeah, like I said, I'd still make a video about the challenge and just say like, hey, if you want to be part of the next challenge, jump on the live streams and we'll talk about it. And we can come up with challenges together too. Doesn't have to be something only I come up with. So that was one new thing that I wanted to talk about. Kind of like showdowns, but we're just gonna call them challenges. It would be kind of like if you guys ever played like Roller Coaster Tycoon back in the day, where you load up a map and you have a goal. It'd be like that. You're loading up a template. Maybe I threw a river in here. There's like a mountain or a bridge or some kind of thing, and it's like, hey, here's what your starting point is. Go nuts. And then we'll just see what everybody comes up with. I think that could be a really fun idea. What do you guys think of that? So if they are using this year as a reset, and next year we'll get some actual updates with necessary props, and that's fine. But I don't have much hope in that. I mean, that's about all we can hope for. Jason says, you like that idea? Doesn't have to be a winner per se, just cool to see different ideas and builds on a template. Well, that's just it too, is the other thing too with like, it's kind of cool to have a winner, but it seems a little redundant because we look at everybody's stadiums and it's like, hey, let's go back and look at all of them that just advanced, and we end up looking at the same stadiums like 2, 3, 4 times. And that's kind of what I want to eliminate too, you know. It's like, there doesn't have to be a winner. I mean, because there's so many good ones that I feel like picking a winner is just like saying, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's necessary. I think Oracle Park sort of mimics both Seals, a stadium, and Candlestick Park while throwing elements from Camden Yards and making everything better. I guess I could see that. Mark Stevens likes that idea. Okay, so here's the thing too. I feel like if we were picking winners too, we would have the same couple guys, Mark Stevens being one of them, who would probably, you know, I just don't want to see the same 2 or 3 guys winning every time, you know. Left field by the Coca-Cola bottle, with a little wiffle ball field. There's a fish tank with a small shark in it. Is there really? I haven't been to AT&T Park, or not AT&T, Oracle. Hell's AT&T Park? I don't know. San Francisco's ball field. I'm sorry, I just woke up not that long ago. My brain is not 100% working yet. I haven't been to San Francisco Stadium. Those are the 2 in California I haven't hit yet. Or San Francisco, which is about, I'd say 4 or 5 hours north of me. And then Anaheim, which is about 4 hours south of me, depending on traffic. Yeah, Polo Grounds was deep. Polo Grounds also had like the super short corners too. Polo Grounds outfield went downhill slightly too. They used to say that if you were sitting in the dugout looking out to the outfield, you could only see the from the outfielders like shoulders and up. Yeah, no, I know it's the same thing. It's just one of those things where what is it, like Daikin Park, Minute Maid. It's gonna be Minute Maid in my head forever. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Daikin. Houston. Also, if you come up with some sort of challenge or map, then that can be a jumpstart for those that struggle with generating the initial idea. Yeah. Like I said, I'd want to make it, I mean, we can do different things. Like I said, we could, I was thinking about it quite a bit last night. I thought about trying to make a map to have ready for this stream. And I couldn't really find a balance on my first one that I was working on where I wanted to leave enough creativity to have you guys put your own spin on it, but also give you guys elements to kind of incorporate. Like, I don't want to build an entire city in the background because then everybody's just going to leave, like, you know, that part of the park open so you can see it. But I thought something more generic, like, hey, maybe this one's on the ocean in right field or left field, and maybe there's a bridge in the background, that kind of an idea. So, that was more what I was thinking. I'm just trying to find it where it's enough to get some ideas going, but not that I'm like basically laying out the whole park so everybody builds the same thing. You're at Oracle Park on Sunday? I know, man. I wanted to go. There was no way I was getting off work. We had a huge giveaway too. We do giveaways at my casino every Sunday, but it's like once every quarter we do a really big one. That last Sunday actually was one of the really big ones. It was a mandatory weekend anyway. Old stadium sites with tributes to original stadiums with modern amenities. Even if it's not full blown like dimensions or stands, could be as simple as a couple props or cap on numbers. Yeah, I mean we kind of did like the minor league thing where it had to be under 5,000 fans. That was pretty normal. Yeah, it's really open-ended, which is why I like it, like that idea. I went to Oracle in August and I was eating garlic fries by the Shark Tank. I've heard the garlic fries there are really good. I have heard that. I think they even talk about them when you're playing a game in San Francisco, aren't they, in this game? When you're playing the show? Because don't they say like, oh, the garlic fries like will levitate somebody? I don't know if they're talking about the ones in San Francisco or not. I'm sure there's other places that have it. Speaking of ballpark food, you see the Phillies for Harrison Bader have Bader tots with like the toppings that he likes on it. Those look really good. I'm trying to think if I've had any really like just outstanding stadium food, because I've been to 15 stadiums now. I don't know if they still do it, because this was a long time. It was back in like 2009. Target Field used to have a burger where it was a patty filled in the middle with Gouda cheese, and then on the top it had like I think it was like spare rib meat or something like that, with like some other kind of cheese on top of that, and then another burger. So it was like this giant burger. It was like 14-15 bucks, but man, it was good. I remember it had 2 burger patties, in the middle was Gouda cheese, and then it was some kind of like spare rib meat, you know, obviously boneless and all that, whatever it is. But Seattle has garlic fries. I haven't been to Seattle. That's the other one on the West Coast that I haven't been to. I got Seattle, San Francisco, and Anaheim to get to. And then East, I have, if I'm moving east, I have to, both Texas stadiums I have to get to. And then I've been all the way over to, well, I've been to Toronto. I just went to Toronto about 2-3 weeks ago with Phil, which was amazing. That was such a fun trip. I can't thank Phil enough for that trip. Then I've been to Pittsburgh. And that's pretty much it for my East Coast. I've been to everywhere in the Central and West of that. Cleveland, I guess. I'm trying to think. I haven't been to either Florida stadium. Concept for Candlestick rebuilding the dimensions but making it a college or minor league skill. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, I feel like I always get the same food when I go to baseball stadiums. I always get a hot dog. Usually, I didn't in Toronto. I know Phil got. I'd have to ask Phil what he got. He got some really big sandwich that looked really good, and he said it was good. But man, it was messy as hell. Like we're both in our seats, just kind of like crammed next to each other, trying to eat our food. And Phil's got. He had like a sandwich in a box, and it was just like the messiest thing. And I just remember him looking at me, just going like, oh, "Well." I was like, hey, we'll get napkins. Like, at least we had in-seat service, so they brought it to us. It was pretty cool. We had some pretty cool seats there. Turner, Truist, and New Yankee. Those are 3 that I have not been to. I mean, if I count stadiums that aren't in existence anymore, I mean, I guess just the Metrodome. I've been to 2 spring training stadiums. One was in Florida. It was at the Disney Wide World of Sports, where the Braves play. I don't know if they even still use that one or not. I was 13 when we went, 13 or 14. And then I've been to 2 in the Cactus League. One I have a cup from, this one. Not drinking out of it, but Sloan Park, where the Cubs play. And then I don't remember what the other one was. And I don't even remember who we played. I think it was the Rangers and somebody. And then minor league parks, we went to, or I went to St. Paul. I went to a couple games in St. Paul this year with the Saints games. And then the one with Phil up in Rochester, New York. And then the old Las Vegas 51 Stadium I've been to, obviously. Hey, little dude. How are you? Got Odin showing up to hang out. Yeah. You want to say hi? Not really. You just want pets. They play in Northport now since 2020. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I've been back to Florida in a long time. Hey, you're on camera. Did you know? Yeah. You don't care. I went to Bay Sox Stadium. There's a Home Depot next to it. Home Depot Field. The one we almost went to, we were gonna go to a San Francisco spring training game in Arizona. The cheapest tickets to that park were like $250. For whatever reason, San Francisco Giants spring training tickets are ridiculous. I don't know why. There's a lot of San Francisco fans in Arizona, and since supply and demand, I have no idea. Coolray Field's the only minor league stadium I've been to. Oh, the Gwinnett Stripers? Okay. I've only been to AAA stadiums too. I've never been to a AA or a single A stadium. Oh no, well I guess I have been to a couple. I guess just a couple. Oh, then we went to Cooperstown too. Whatever you consider Doubleday Field. I don't know what category that would fall under. Hey. If you guys are gonna play, okay, go downstairs if you're gonna play. Starting this already. We were fine all morning as soon as I go live. Hey, come here. Simba, come here, Simba. Yeah, you guys are totally fine. The other thing too, I've had a lot of people ask me about doing a Stadium Creator tutorial series on YouTube. Make videos about that. Is that something you guys are even interested in? Because it seems like you guys kind of know what you're doing. I'll put it this way. It seems like most of the regulars who are stopping by the channel all the time and submitting their stadiums, you guys know what you're doing. So, I mean, I would have to think about that one a lot too, because I don't think I'm the best teacher, honestly. Like when we build stuff on stream, I think it's a little bit easier for you guys to see what I'm doing as I'm building on stream. You don't know what the hell you're doing, you're making your own stadiums. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I guess I could just start with like the super basic stuff and work my way up to the more complicated stuff. Some roads lead there. I just hope creators on Twitch, or on Twitch, on Switch 2 for 26. I don't know anything about the Switch 2, honestly. It's kind of one of those things I hate to say it. I wouldn't hold your breath. I mean, we're all hoping that Stadium Creator is even a thing in 26, the way it's been going. It would be cool if we all shared on Discord our little tricks, compiled them, and show them. Yeah. I need to play Olympic Stadium on handheld. I didn't even look at it. Is Olympic Stadium, is that in this game? I haven't looked at any of the non-real Major League ones. Because I don't play this game a whole lot other than Stadium Creator. When I was away in Minnesota for a few months, I dabbled in Diamond Dynasty. But once I got back to California, I never touched it again. PS5 remote play. I've done that before on my phone. It was acceptable, I guess would be the word. my live builds art tutorials. If anybody should be teaching, it should be Mark Stevens, the obituary turtle. It's a classic Stadium SDS has made. It's not a classic Stadium SDS has made. Oh, okay. But yet they remade the Metrodome. There's a poverty of good old-timey stadiums. So honestly, if you search the vault, or even just search, I feel like if there's an old stadium that you want, Archmage Chemish has probably made it. And then I haven't seen these guys in the Discord for a while, but God, what were their names? They made like every minor league park. There was 2 of them. I think one of them, Operation Sports, even covered it because he was doing such a good job on it. And I can't for the life of them remember their name. They just haven't been popping up lately. You know, like collecting stuff on Diamond Dynasty, never like playing it. Yeah, I mean, I like playing it. I'm pretty casual. I don't play online competitive. Like, I don't even have the PlayStation Online. I don't know. Does it have a name like Xbox Live? PlayStation Plus? Is that what it is? I don't have PlayStation Plus. So I don't play. I just, you can't use your sliders. I mean, here's the thing. Just, some people say you need to play a game a certain way on the hardest mode or against, you know, doing whatever you're doing. Just play a game while you enjoy it. That's always been my philosophy. If you enjoy playing on really hard or really easy and whatever you enjoy playing on, that's what you should play on. That was my first time playing Diamond Dynasty this year, and collecting cards and that kind of thing, that was a lot of fun. Just kind of building your team. It's like, kind of like back when you were a kid and you're opening packs of cards, but you get to actually play with the cards that you... I mean, it's like, I can see why that mode makes so much money. It's pretty cool. Let's see, what else notes did I have? Oh yeah, so I said I wanted to, going with streaming more, I do want to build more stadiums live. But I'd also like to do it with, I'd like to do a stadium where we're just taking suggestions from the chat, and then we'll make a video about it, and we'll just kind of show, hey, this was this person's idea, and like this is what's going on in left field, and this person thought of this, and that kind of thing. And I have chat pick a theme for my build streams, then whoever has suggestions, or I wing it. Yeah. It's kind of hard to get the ball. It's like, I feel like you have to get the ball rolling. Because it's like, if I just want to do a brand new blank template, it'd be like, what should we build? No one really has any ideas until once you start building. I feel like guys kind of see things that you don't. They're like, hey, this would be really cool here, or this would be really cool over there. When we built, the first one I ever built live, I think, was Twitch Field when I first started streaming on Twitch. I had a bunch of suggestions from guys as we were building that were really good. Carmen's dad came up with a couple of things. Chris A.T. Johnson was in the chat. He came up with a couple of really cool ideas too about having a subway on the bottom level that when you exited, you were like on like the field level seats, and then there was the street level was above it. That was pretty cool. Twitch Field was a lot of fun to build on stream. I do know a lot of guys say that when I'm building on stream, they're not necessarily watching, but they have me on in the background while they build or do something else. So I kind of get why we don't get a whole lot of interaction that way. Historical, yeah. I haven't built a whole lot of... I've built a couple old school stadiums, but I've never done like an old school recreation. And I think part of the reason is, like I said, Archmage Chemish is so good at it that it just seems unnecessary for me to do it. Because I'll be honest, I couldn't do it better than him. There's no way. Who's the other guy? What is his channel name? He's MD Baseball 05. Gopper Gaming. I haven't seen Gopper Gaming around in a while either. He pumps out some really clean stadiums too. He's kind of like Mark Stevens, builds just big, clean stadiums. Really realistic. The other thing, yeah, I know me and Phil are talking about doing more streams. And we like doing the full, how do you guys like the full episodes? Or it's either full Phil or full Soul. Do you guys enjoy that? I know the last one it was kind of tough. We kind of did it as, hey, surprise, I'm in New York with Phil, and I know we had some microphone issues and it was tough to hear us both at the same time, but we were wondering if you guys like that. We enjoy doing it. We have a lot of fun trying to guess who built what stadium. Hey, Odin, leave him alone. Come here. Yeah, let's leave Simba alone today, huh? Yeah, that doesn't mean bite my hand. Yeah, the Fool Us episodes, we always have a good time with. That's pretty much my notes for, the big one was the challenges. The collabs are fun to watch, you guys interact well. I mean, it's one of those things, when we collab, I'm sure Phil's back is really sore from carrying the team. He's got that radio background and he knows how to talk about things, and he's a lot more articulate than I am, put it that way. I was hoping he was going to be able to jump on the stream today. Shot him a text saying we're going live. Hey, could you guys not? Might have to kick these guys downstairs if they keep it up. Because they wanna be with us, and I get it. But they also, Odin, the little puppy, he just wants to play all the time. Which is fine, but the problem is our older dog Simba, he's like 10, doesn't always want to play, and he gets pissed pretty quick about it if he doesn't get left alone. Hey, Odin, get out of his face. Just staring him down. That's the other thing, we were trying to come up with more ideas for collabs, and we just figured out on Twitch it makes it really easy for us to stream together, where he can just, like right now, you can do what's called a knock, where he can knock on my Twitch, and I can bring him right into the chat, like into the on screen, which is pretty cool. And then so we can honestly check out you guys' stadiums together, which would be pretty fun. What was the other thing, guys? I think I got all my my notifications on Twitch and everything fixed. So if anybody new follows or subs, then we should hear those home run calls. It looks like it's live. Yep, so it should work. But the other thing is I'm pretty open too. If you guys had any ideas on like what you'd like to see, and like we're always looking for ideas too. Like when we stream together, I know Phil wanted to start doing it more often, like maybe twice a month. I know he's really big into trying to do like podcasts and stuff like that, and I would do terribly on a podcast, I think. I don't know. I feel like I don't have a whole lot to say, but when I do, it's usually a pretty hot take. So, I don't know. Like for instance, one of my stadium hot takes, which does not go over well at work at all, is Dodger Stadium is nothing special. It's a concrete bowl. Everybody's like, whoa, it's old and historic and it's built into the side of a mountain and you should see how no, dude, it's a concrete bowl in a field of parking lots. It sucks to get into, it sucks to get out of. The food there is okay. Like, it's always hot, like, cause it's just in the middle of concrete. I don't know. All my friends here, and my first question to them is like, well, what other stadiums have you guys been to? Well, none. Well, okay, if that's what all you're going off of, then yeah, it's great to go watch the Dodgers whoop everybody. But the stadium that they do it in is like, it's okay. But that's one of my hot takes. Dodger Stadium. I mean, I'll give them this. When they did their last round of renovations, it did get nicer. It did get nicer. That center field, how they just had like that black tarp for like 20 years, or like longer than that. The way they have center field now looks really great. It looks a lot cleaner. That was a great update. But yeah, there's somebody in the chat too that's like, I know Dodger Blue. I haven't seen him in a while either, but Dodger Blue is really upset when I say that. Because I think he's got like somewhat of an architecture background, and he's like, well, this is how they built it, and this is what they had to do, and like, I get it. That's cool. But I don't know. After being done half the stadiums in the league, I wouldn't place it at the bottom, but I wouldn't place it anywhere near the top either. See, nobody cares how good or bad the stadium is if your team is good every year. If they sucked, then I feel like more people wouldn't be as charmed by it. Yeah, and it's one of those things too. I think a big thing is, especially people out here, they grow up going to Dodgers games. But here's the thing, I don't know, maybe it's just me that doesn't think about it like this. But I get that it's probably tied to childhood memories, and they grew up going to Dodger Stadium, and it was fun, it was a great experience. They probably went with their dad. I grew up going to games in the Metrodome, and while those were good times, I'll be the first one to say it, and so everybody else in Minnesota, I don't think anybody denies it, the Metrodome was a dump. Those conversion fields that are meant for football, because let's be honest, they're meant for football. Baseball is definitely, like, has there ever been a good conversion stadium that had both baseball and football in it? The Metrodome was terrible. I forget the name of the one in Florida. Was it just Marlins? Did you just call it Marlins Park? That one was awful for baseball. I mean, look at the Coliseum in Oakland. That was terrible. An opinion on what, the Metrodome?
Yeah.
What?
So I was younger than you were when I was. I think it has to do with the age that you were when you were at the games. You were a little bit older. You were able to see and understand some of the reasons. I was so young. That
Well, that's what I'm saying.
School, you know?
Yeah, but that's what I'm. No, I went to games when I was 5 years old there.
You were older.
The Metrodome was a dump. It was a concrete bowl held up. It was the only stadium, Sun Life, that was it. It was the only stadium held up by air. Just because it's the only one doesn't mean it was good. It was a terrible design. Yo, I'll put it this. You know, you went to the bathroom in the men's room. It was one long trough the entire length of the bathroom. So here's 5-year-old Mike whizzing in a trough with all these drunk old fucking guys. Like, the Metrodome. It was a dump. It was terrible. They had good time. We had good times there. The tickets were cheap because the Twins were terrible. And yeah, I have a lot of good memories there, but would you rather watch a game at the Metrodome or Target Field? Yeah, Target Field is one of the better stadiums in baseball. Imagine with the Dodgers budget, how much money that group has. If they were like, let's build a new stadium, it can be amazing. I don't think the Dodgers will or should move, though. I'll put it that way, too. Fenway was the same for me. It was cool to get out and see it for the experience, but it was old, cramped, and super outdated. Well, here's the thing about Fenway, too, is... Well, let's talk about the difference between Fenway and Wrigley. At one point, Wrigley took out all the seats and redid the seating. When you go to Wrigley, you get the nice... They're not super wide, but they're comfortable seats because they redid the seating. Fenway could do that, but they didn't. And from what I've heard from people at Fenway that, you know, they grew up in Boston, they go to a game in Wrigley, they still prefer Fenway, but they 100% get it when they go to Wrigley and they're like, this is nice. Like with these seats like this, like they're not, you know, crammed in shoulder to shoulder, you know. Because if you're a bigger guy or you have wide shoulders, like it gets tough, it gets crowded. So I don't know. I want to leave it open to you guys too about the channel and streaming and all that. Do you guys have any ideas for me that you would like to see? I feel like they don't want to get any smaller by putting in newer seats with more room. Yeah, but they're adding all that stuff in like left field, and I mean, I wonder if you can look it up. How much seating the Cubs actually lost? Let's see. How many seats did Wrigley Field lose? With the renovation. I know when they put the ball pins in underneath the stands and took them off the field, they gained 22 seats on each side. So the stadium currently seats 41,649. can't find anything on if they even lost seats. Doesn't sound like they did. They must. You have to lose space if you make seats wider, though. I don't know. It could have been that many, though. If it still holds 41,000 people. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be just looking at my phone while you guys are hanging out with me. Well, here's the thing, too. Is Boston still selling out games? Because, I mean, that's one of those things, too, that, you know, in corporations, they're not even like corporations, but if you're still selling out games, let's see what they got there yesterday. I don't think Boston played yesterday, actually. I'll look the day before. If they're still selling out seats regardless, then they really have no reason to, you know, replace them. So their attendance 2 days ago was 35,437. Well, they were playing the Yankees too. So how much does Fenway hold? Fenway seating capacity 35,755. Oh, it says it's one of the only 7 MLB stadiums with a capacity under 40,000. So yeah, they probably don't want to lose any seats. I don't know. It says Wrigley has been around 41,000 since 2006. Okay. Yeah, Wrigley and Boston, you'll just never see those really change a whole lot. I think the additions to Fenway they're talking about look really cool. And I'm usually I'm a pretty big traditionalist when it comes to baseball, but I thought that little thing over the Studio 44, what did you miss? Everything, man. We're talking about everything. What if I do this? What if I go boom and push that button? I don't know if it worked. We'll see. Boom! Yep, he got his diamond. Studio 44 Phil, you're a VIP now. Because I pushed a button on my Stream Deck. Did you get your Stream Deck set up yet, man? Did you look at that yet? We're talking about... Well, okay, so Phil... We're talking about hot takes on stadiums. Phil thinks Fenway needs to go completely. It would be nice to get some new team name audios next year. So many great logos in the vault and useless because that name doesn't have an audio. Yeah. You're too lazy, dude? It doesn't even take that long to set up. It can go after I go see it. So yeah, well, this is one thing we were talking about. How Wrigley Field replaced all the seats. They took out all the seats in Wrigley and replaced them with bigger seats. And they haven't done it at Fenway. And I heard that's the one thing that when Boston fans go to Wrigley is they say that they like the seating, like the bigger seats. Shocker, the Yankees fan thinks Fenway should go. Man, I just need to take like a month off of work and take an entire East Coast trip and see all the stadiums. I know that's probably something everybody says they wish they could do. I would start north and work my way south. I don't know why I had that in my head. I wouldn't start in Florida, which would make more sense probably if you were going earlier in the season, start in Florida and work your way north. But I've heard the only comfortable place in Fenway is on the field. Probably not if you're the away team. I wonder what stadium the players get heckled at the most. I honestly, it's probably more of an attendance thing. Because I remember when we were going to like games in Chicago, if we go to a White Sox game, there was like 6,000-7,000 people there. So it was so quiet. You could hear everything everybody was yelling at the players. Wait till the Trop is replaced before doing that. Oh yeah, the one lady that kept yelling.
That's true.
Yeah, there was this one lady. So didn't even think about it. I bought tickets. We wanted to go see the Minnesota Twins. We were living in Chicago. We want to go see the Twins play the White Sox. So we go and we get seats, and I don't think about it. I'm like, oh man, this is a good deal because it's Chicago and the White Sox canceled tickets. They're all good deals. We're sitting like 6, 7, or 8 rows back behind the White Sox dugout, fully geared up in our. It's not even the first time I ever made that mistake, or the last time. We're sitting in the heart of White Sox country. We're sitting behind the White Sox dugout. The Twins are batting. There's a runner on first and second. This lady hasn't been too bad up until this point, but she's been pretty annoying yelling at the players. And she's in our row. She's like 4 or 5 seats down from us, but there's nobody sitting between me and her. And pitcher throws a strike. And she just starts yelling, "That's one!" Super loud. Pitcher throws another strike. "That's two!" The very next pitch, I don't even remember what player it was, cracks a home run into right field. I just looked at her. I'm like, "That's 3." I don't remember her saying much after that either, that whole game. I do remember the guy next to you saying that when, because we hit another home run later, and he goes, "I've never seen fans react less to their team hitting a home run than you guys." We're like, well, I mean, we go to like 1 million games a year, which was only like 10, but still. Yeah, we were definitely one of the only Twins fans. The Trop has 1 roof panel fixed, and it's been almost a year since the hurricane. I think they said it takes, I just saw it takes what, 6 days for 1 panel. I don't know. Is the weather on the East Coast? Has it been bad? There's not any hurricanes coming right now, is there? Like, there's no reason for them to be slacking on it. I don't know. I can't imagine what that cost to fix, though. He might be waiting 10 years. I mean, the Trop doesn't need to just replace the roof. They need to replace the whole thing. There is a storm brewing. Maybe that's why they're not doing anything. Could you imagine if they spent all that money to put it up and another hurricane rolled through and just ripped the roof down again? That would be... Oh my god. I mean, another hot take too is I'd have to see it when it's done. But I think the Oakland A's or the Las Vegas rendering for that team, the Las Vegas Stadium, I think it looks kind of terrible. I don't know. I don't think it looks very good. Just build a new stadium at that point. Well, they wanted to. I haven't been following that story a whole lot. I know the Orlando Dreamers thing is dead because they wanted an expansion team. I would really like to see an expansion team in Nashville. I think the 2 teams, if they're gonna expand 2 teams, my 2 picks would be Nashville and Portland. They need something more west. Portland needs a team just so Seattle isn't like the only ones traveling that freaking far all the time. Still way too much foul territory in that rendering. I don't remember even looking at that. Did it have a name for the stadium yet? Las Vegas A's Stadium. Let me take a peek at it. Did they have a thing for the dimensions and all that? Oh, holy shit. That can't be the right rendering. Is it the same file territory? It looks like it has the same amount as the Coliseum. That can't be right. They just announced this a couple weeks ago that the Rays are getting sold. So the clock can get on a new stadium for them. Start the clock. Oh. Okay, you guys, is this the rendering I'm seeing? Like, are you guys seeing this? Is that... You're keeping fans so far away from the field at that point. That is a lot of foul territory still. Maybe it's just the picture that makes it look like that. I don't know. This is more the one that I've seen. I don't know if you guys can see it on stream. Sorry. I could just pull it up on my computer, but the one that I've seen is just like, I don't know. Yeah, that's the rendering? Okay. Nashville, even Charlotte, you could have a hard time getting a new fans considering the Braves own the Southeast. Well, that's why everybody was saying that Las Vegas is such a terrible idea, is because, you know, even my friends in Las Vegas are like, dude, it's Dodger country, and they'll become the smallest market team in baseball will be Las Vegas. That might be the Howard Terminal rendering. Oh, okay. At least for the Rays, only lasts so long. If you got money, you can get out of a lease too. I'm surprised they haven't made They haven't forced John Fisher to sell the A's after just how that whole situation's been handled has been so terrible. Playing a minor league stadium for 3 years because you're so hated in Oakland that they won't renew the lease in the Coliseum for you. I don't know. Did you guys know that Oakland tried to go back to the Coliseum and the owners of the Coliseum said no? Nashville, Portland, Charlotte, and Austin. If not Austin, then we move White Sox to San Antonio. I don't think the White Sox are going anywhere. By the way, what's up, Ace Sanders? I just saw you in the chat. You've been in here for a little bit. I haven't seen you in a decent amount of time. Yeah, Nashville and Portland would be good. Charlotte's got a great... I think they have like one of the best minor league parks in baseball. Asking MLB to do something that is right is a huge ask. MLB wanted a team in Vegas, so they were fine with backing his terrible management of the situation. I just don't get why they want a team in Las Vegas so bad. It's a terrible situation for everybody involved. It's going to be the smallest market team. The prices to games are going to be so sky high that the locals are going to get priced out because honestly, that's what happened with the Raiders and what do you call it? The Golden Knights. If you look at the tickets for the Golden Knights versus almost any other hockey team, it's like double, triple the price for, you know, nosebleeds. They wanted to copy the NHL and the NFL. The NBA, I remember when they had the All-Star game there, they were feeling out the market. And at that point, it was so crazy there. The NBA said, absolutely not. This is a terrible idea. NBA will have a Vegas team next expansion too. I mean, maybe. Like I was just saying, the All-Star break. I remember seeing clips because I was living in Vegas at the time when the NBA All-Star game was there, and seeing clips from the one that really was insane to me. I don't even know if you can find it on the internet because I think it got taken down. But they had such a problem with all the players going to the strip clubs and throwing so much money around. There were like fights and riots, and the amount of money players were gambling was nuts. But I remember watching this one video of inside the strip club, and it literally looks like it's just snowing. Like all this money is coming down from like these balconies, and like the girls aren't even dancing. They're just like going like this, scooping up the money. There's like two people in a fight. Like there's two different fights going on. One guy's getting crap kicked out of him, and they were blaming the NBA players for being there and throwing all the money around. So it was such bad publicity that, you know, at the time the NBA was just like, this is not a good idea. Keep the A's in Sacramento or move them to Portland or back to Oakland. I mean, I still feel like forcing John Fisher to sell. Well, you know what? It's me because, I mean, they're pretty much saying the lockout in 27 is imminent, right? I mean, I do think a salary, I don't know about a salary cap or a ceiling, but I do think a salary floor is necessary for owners like, you know, Fisher or the guy that owns, I can't remember his name, but the guy that owns the Pirates. Because the guy that owns the Pirates the last 2 years, he's been doing the same thing. He's got guys that are getting, especially these bullpen players, or he had a starter who's going to hit a bonus in like, for every 10 strikeouts. And he's a starter, so he's got a decent amount of hitting, like 2 or 3 more. It was like 6-7 weeks left of the season. Moves his starter to the bullpen so that he couldn't hit his strikeout bonuses. That should be a red flag, being like, dude, what are you doing? Like, this guy's performing, you're putting him in the bullpen, you don't want to pay a bonus. And he was also sending guys back down to AAA so they couldn't hit certain bonuses. And it's like 100K. Like, get the fuck out of here. Ohtani would love a team in Vegas. God. Vegas and Seattle are the two cities everyone thinks. You mean Portland? Or Vegas and Seattle? Oh, for the NBA, I gotcha. Was that All-Star game in like 2009 though? Also, don't think that's a big problem if you're there all the time versus 1 week. But that's just it. The home team's going to be there pretty often, but none of those players are going to be living in Vegas. So whenever the away team comes in, then yeah, you're just in Vegas. It could be a regular occurrence. That's their fear. They're more worried about the away teams coming in and, you know, doing all that. And the thing about the NBA too is, so I've worked at, I won't name names, but I've worked at 7 casinos all over the country. And I've met a lot of celebrities, I've met a lot of athletes just because of jobs I've had. When it comes to casinos and seeing who comes into casinos the most, out of any sport, it is far and away more NBA players than anybody else. There were certain teams that when they were coming to town, there were certain players we knew we were going to see there, like that night. It wasn't even a question of if, it was just a question of when. Never, I mean, the amount of baseball players I've seen in casinos, I don't even know if it's 5. It would fit on 2 hands for sure. NBA players, it's so many. NFL has quite a bit too. They do. But NBA players, man, there were certain guys that, you know, even guys that were on the home team in the state that I was in at that casino, they would come in twice a week, probably. I guess there was one football team too at one casino that I worked at. A lot of the defensive players were coming in pretty regularly for the NFL. But yeah, I mean, NBA players by far visit casinos more than any other sport in my experience, I should say. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's above my pay grade. They can do what they want. I just kind of see the writing on the wall. But you know, maybe once it's a thing that's just a regular thing, then it'll die down. That's why so many NBA players go broke after leaving the league. I don't know what the numbers are in the NBA, but I know the NFL had to put into place a program, kind of a thing, where they have their players meet with financial advisors and do this kind of thing. Because the NFL players, they were saying 3 years out of the league, the average NFL player was broke and back to living a 9-to-5 job. I can see it with NBA players too, though, because the one NBA player that used to come in, and we were pretty decent friends. Man, I know what his salary was, and it wasn't anything crazy, but dude, he had 5 cars. And I remember talking to him, and I was just like, man, did you get another new car? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, you know, I wasn't gonna say anything to him. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, man. But they weren't cheap cars either. You know, they were between $100,000 to $200,000 cars, and he had 5 or 6 of them. I do know that there was one dealership too. Was a Mercedes dealership was paying him to come around and just drive their cars around, because he'd be in like a G-Wagon or like an S600, and I'd ask him like, dude, did you get another new car? And he goes, no, they're paying me to drive this around. I thought that was pretty cool because it had the dealership plates on it. So I don't know. And he's not in the league anymore. He's doing fine. He was doing the 3-on-3 thing in Vegas for a while. Yeah, he was honestly one of the coolest guys. I've met out of the coolest guys, athletes wise, I've met. Most of the NBA players were like the most fun to talk to. They were all pretty chill. All pro leagues deal with that. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be in every league. It's just more predominant in some than others. Well, now that online gambling's a thing too, like, I don't know, look at what's going on with Emmanuel Classe and all that shit, where just those little prop bets. I know they were talking about the NBA was having problems with like some of the real low end bench guys having people make prop bets for them and controlling that kind of a thing too. So I mean, it's not just the NBA, it's baseball too, and golf has had its own, you know, gambling issues. It's everywhere. I don't know. Anytime money's involved, there's going to be controversy, right? It just is what it is. But yeah, we can move on from that. You guys have any parks you want me to check out, by the way? I mean, that's usually what we do when we drop into these streams. I met a few baseball players here in DFW, and they're always real chill. Baseball players, the ones that, I mean, I've run into quite a few, but I would say they are the most quiet. I don't know if quiet is the right word, but chill's a good word for it, but they're definitely not the persona of, I mean, maybe some of the younger players nowadays, but the ones that I met, they're not like, you know, the flashy look at me kind of thing, you know. It almost seems like they're hoping that you don't recognize them. and they're not going to go out of their way to be like, hey, I play for this team, you know. But I felt more like the NBA and the NFL players. NFL especially was just kind of like, they kind of had the attitude of like, don't you know who I am, or you should already know who I am by now, you know. It's like they say hi, what's up, and move on. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, one of the coolest baseball player I ever met, just because I had the longest interaction with them, was when I was living in Arizona. I was golfing at my course that the casino has, and I got paired up with Jacoby Ellsbury and a couple of his buddies. Nicest guy on the planet, man. He just walked up, introduced himself, shook my hand. Right, like the second hole, I was just like, yeah, man, I know who you are. Like, I'm a big baseball fan. He's like, oh, that's cool, you know, but yeah, like we had a great time golfing with him. The dude could hit the ball a freaking mile. He had a super big baseball swing. Even had like a little like a little hitch, like the step in his golf swing. Yeah, he was putting the ball out there like 280, 290 probably. He's just living life, having a good time. He was running a business out there, I think. Yeah, he was super cool. This has been a fun stream so far, man. It's pretty chill. I was like when you guys are hanging out. Can't tell if anybody's on YouTube. Maybe we had a lot of YouTube chatters. Looks like most of you guys have mainly moved over to Twitch. I do know that you get a higher resolution on Twitch too. When we're for my camera, it won't make a big difference, but when we're in game, I think YouTube's capping me at like 1080, and they're letting me test out 4K in Twitch. It's either 2K or 4K, I can't remember. You met Ryan Klesko, and he was really nice. I was completely starstruck. Even my dad was too a little bit. That's pretty cool, man. Talk about like just a classic Braves from that era. When they had like Greg Maddux, John Smoltz, Tom Glavine, Ryan Klesko, Fred McGriff. Who was there? Javi Lopez was the catcher. Did they have Marquise Grissom? Did he play for the Braves? Or is that... Am I remembering that wrong? Man, I don't remember now. Yeah, man. David Justice was on that team. That was one of those like powerhouse teams. You would think they would have won more World Series than they did. Bobby Cox, I got to meet him one time. He was pretty cool. He was like right towards the end of his career. I think maybe he had a year or two left. I don't know if you I'm sure every team does this kind of thing, but we used to have something called Twins Fest, where you could like go and meet the players and get autographs. You know, you wait in line and do all that. I remember doing that when I was a kid, and the players are always super nice. And that was always pretty fun. I got a picture of me sitting on Kent Herbeck's lap when I was like 6 years old. I think Kent Herbeck might be the first baseball player I ever met in real life, because he was the first autograph we got. We stood in line to take a picture with him. That was at the Mall of America. What was even cooler was the time this kid was in my mom's preschool class. She wasn't a teacher, but a helper. Oh, interesting. You know what's crazy out here? There's a few players from this area. And I don't know if Phil, if you're still in here. Oh man, I'm gonna blank on this now. When I flew back from seeing Phil, I flew into Baltimore first. When I took my flight from Baltimore into Las Vegas, whose mom did I sat next to a player's mom, and we were talking baseball for almost the whole flight, and it was pretty fun. And now I can't remember her name. Catcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks. What's his name? Let's see, Diamondbacks. I think it was the Diamondbacks. Remember you telling me? Okay, Diamondbacks catcher. It's probably my texts. James McCann. That's who it was. It was I sat next to James McCann's mom. And the funny thing is, because James McCann is from out here, so she was flying back too to like this area. James McCann. She was telling me James McCann, dude from the Mets that's from here. Can't think of his name either. I've even met him. Jeff McNeil. One of our dealers is friends with Jeff McNeil. But James McCann, Jeff McNeil, and there's another player that's also pro right now. I guess they all played on the same Little League team out here at one point when they were like 9 years old. So like one Little League team had 3 players that were professional. That's pretty crazy. I just can't remember who she said the other guy was. Yeah, I won't remember either. Unless I texted it to Phil and it's in our text way back. Yeah, I even told you. I said, no, I know I told you. Oh, Shane Bieber, that's who it was. Or no, she asked me, that's how we got to talking. Hey, we're not gonna be barking. We're not barking right now. She asked me if Shane Bieber was still playing for Toronto, and that's how we got to talking, because I was wearing my Toronto jersey. Hey, could you let go of my hand, please? Odin. Hey. Odin, can you guys see this? He's just latched on. So the question is, Phil, when are you coming down here? How's my hand? Do I have the feeling back? For the most part, yes. Odin! My God.
Hey.
It's okay. He was just bending my arm away when go. Oh yeah, I just got the tip of this finger. I can feel it coming back. Hey. The part where the biggest scar is on my hand, that feeling's never coming back. But it's not. It's like down here. Like here is no feeling, which is fine. But up here, it was like this whole area. Hey, we're not gonna do this.
Just shut up.
Can you make him go downstairs, maybe?
Hey, I'll go downstairs.
But yeah, the tip of my finger, like the whole thing for a while, didn't have feeling, but now it's almost all completely back. I'm guessing in like, who are the NBA players you have met? It would. So here's the thing. I had a job in Chicago where I was managing a valet company, and anytime anybody big was coming through any of the properties, I had to be there to help get them in and out and make sure the front was clear and get them to their car in the back or out without people seeing them. So there's a lot. A lot of Chicago Bulls players from like 2015 to 2017. The entire Miami Heat from 2017, because we had to get their bus in and out. So I got to meet like pretty much all the players and the coach. That was pretty cool. So like one of the properties we had was called the Viceroy in Chicago, and right next door to the Viceroy, there's a pizza joint. It's a chain, but it's like the best pizza of all time. It's my favorite pizza in Chicago. It's called Lou Malnati's. Come to the West Coast, Phil? Yeah, come on, Phil. When are you coming out here? Oh yeah, you got that cruise that you're going on. But anyway, this pizza joint, Lou Malnati's, Miami was playing the Bulls the night before, like the next night. And God, I wish I could remember which 3 players, but 3 players came in to Lou Malnati's. They walked by us. We had to say hey to them, but then they left. And we said, all right, see you guys later, kind of a thing. They were real cool. They brought the pizza. I kid you not, it was so good. The next night, we're just standing around at the front. It's a dead night, right? The entire Miami Heat team's bus pulls up right in front of our hotel, and they all get out and go eat the pizza at Lou Malnati's. But they all stopped and were hanging out with us for a little while, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is the guy that showed us the pizza," and blah 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 blah. And yeah, like, these are the guys, and yeah, it was super cool. I will say the coolest, by far, NBA player. Oh, there's 2 of them. Sean Marion is probably one of the nicest guys that I've ever met that played in the NBA. Sean Marion used to be a pretty big regular at one of our properties. Not a casino, but it was like a members only club in Chicago. But he would come in, he remembered my name, he remembered probably, I'd say at least 7 or 8 of the other guys' names that worked for me. He'd come in, he'd come up to the front, whether he valied or not. Sometimes he would just walk up because he was somewhere else, but he would walk up, he'd remember everybody's name, just say hey. He'd hang out in the front for like 5 or 10 minutes before going in, just chopping it up with people, and then he'd go in and do his thing. He was so cool. I still remember one time he came out, and I recognized his voice because he came out from behind me, and he was like, hey Mike, can you grab my car? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And I turned around, I'm like, dude, why does this guy look like freaking 6 inches taller? He was on one of those hoverboards that, you know, you stand on and you lean forward or backward to move around. Yeah, he was just rolling around Chicago on one of those, and he came out of the club on one of those hoverboards. He was just like, dude, what are you doing? The only person I met outside of baseball is Sterling Marlin, a NASCAR driver. I don't think I've ever met a NASCAR driver. I'll be honest, I wouldn't know if they were.
Come on, crazy.
I don't know much about NASCAR. I mean, the only real names I can throw at you are like, and this is gonna date me, like Jeff Gordon was big when I was young. I might recognize him. Well, he's older now, so I don't know. Drake Baldwin and one of the other Stripers players. That's cool. I think the last minor leaguer that I met that ended up going pro was well, I'm blanking on his first name, but Familia. When he was a 51, he went pro with the Mets. He was a pitcher. Oh, and then oh my god, I can't think of his name. He was a catcher too. I actually don't even know if he's still playing. Travis d'Arnaud. I met him when I was in Vegas once. My information is so outdated. I feel like I've been in a daze for like the last 2 or 3 years of being busy with work and doing real life stuff. Phil, we gotta do another collab soon, dude. We were talking about that earlier in the chat, and a bunch of the guys were saying that, like, when we do collabs, we gotta find something to do. We'll say I'm always in. Yeah, we gotta figure out an idea. We could even just check out stadiums together, to be honest. I mean, that's, man, hold on, let me close this blind. Look at that sunlight coming in on me. Alright, hopefully that helps a little bit. Oh, look at that spot that's like right in my eyes. There we go. Okay, I should be able to move around without getting this in my face too much. Braves legend, Travis d'Arnaud. Well, the first time I ever saw his name, I thought it was d'Arnaud. Oh, that must be like French, huh? I don't know. d'Arnaud. I don't know where he's from. That might have been the stupidest thing I've ever said without even thinking about it. I suppose, you know what we could do while we're on stream? We could come up with a template. We were talking about like this challenge thing. Because you guys said you seem to like that idea. We're coming up with a challenge where I create a kind of map and then you guys build around it. This may be something we can do. Oh, and I had a pretty good time just chilling and talking to you guys. I mean, holy shit, we've been live for almost an hour and a half. And we haven't left this screen. Mark likes the idea, yeah, the challenge. I actually ran that by Phil too, and we were talking about it before. He thought it was a good idea. I would just, like I said, I would just like to kind of mix up stuff for the channel. Because I think part of the reason of me not being as motivated was when I'm doing my videos, I like to try and be creative. And I feel like I kind of got into a routine where my videos were kind of following a pattern where it's like, here's a short 30-second opening of some of the stadiums you'll see. All right, let's jump into these 10 to 12 stadiums. Did the voiceover for them. That was it. And while I enjoyed looking at the stadiums, it was starting to get a little copy and paste, if that makes sense. Where it's the same thing over and over again, where I'm trying to find a balance between that and the gigantic Stadium Center episodes. Those Stadium Center episodes, and they were like the half-hour long, were so fun to make, but they took so long. It's almost like I would need to be a full-time streamer, content creator, and then I could pump those out, and that would be awesome. But I just don't have the time to pump out those super huge episodes. The lack of updates hurt everything too. That's why I was saying, man, we need to try and keep it fresh. I feel like, Phil, it's on me and you. We need to make Stadium Creator great again. Make that a hat. Make SC great again. Ugh, actually don't. That would be a fucking stupid ass hat. Make Stadium Creator great again. Fuck. It should just say keep Stadium Creator relevant. Yeah, no new props sucks. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So yeah, maybe we'll jump in. Maybe we can make a template. It's one of those, so let's think about it like this. Let's just bounce some ideas. If we were gonna do the template thing, let me see how my controller needed to charge. And it's almost all the way full. I can pop it off. If we do make a template, I'm gonna pull it up here. How much do you guys want done? Why am I getting Stadium Creator tutorials? Welcome back to Stadium Creator. You can re-enable the tutorial in the pause menu at any time. What do you guys think? Do I need the tutorial? I've actually never seen the tutorial. You guys? Just going through and seeing what it says. Okay, how do we disable this? It was actually going through the whole tutorial for a second. Okay, so what do you guys want to see if we're coming with a template? How much do you guys want done? I feel like for the first one, we should leave wall dimensions open. You can do whatever you want, and maybe I'll just come up with like an area outside the field a little bit to work with, where maybe you have to keep your walls and stands within certain constraints, maybe? Like if we had like a river or a lake or maybe like a road that, you know, there's like, hey, the city says this is what you have to work with. You can't go beyond these limits. Would that be something? You, Gopper, and Gaming Kitchen are my tutorial? Mark, you don't need a tutorial, shut up. If you had a channel, we would all be watching you build stadiums. Schmitty. Schmitty comes up with some... I think Schmitty, out of all the creators, he's the most creative. He's got the most imagination for different types of stadiums. Hold on one second, guys. I thought she was talking to me.
There you go.
The other thing too is if I come up with I thought about this too. If I come up with a template, I gotta keep the memory as low as I can. Because I don't want to, you know, all the memory constraints are hard to work with already as is. I don't want to restrict you guys even more. So just out of curiosity, if I throw it on a road, yeah, it only jumps it to 2% now. Wow, that's a huge difference. Are they all like that? Yeah, okay. The roads used to take up 10% or 8%. It was either 8 or 10% initially on the blow, and now it's only 2%, so that's not terrible. Schmitty's the king of outside of the box building. Yeah. He's really good, and then the other guy that, like I said, I haven't seen in a while, Chris A.T. Johnson. He was really good at coming up with stuff. He had like a stadium in the middle of a golf course. He did like a prison build. Schmitty's Wild West Stadium, that one was really cool. Remember he built like, he tried to build like a, it was in the outfield. He built like this canoe thing out of, what do you call them? Concourse pieces. I thought that was pretty creative. I wanted to make a stadium shaped like a canoe, and I looked at it for like 10 seconds and I was like, nope, don't know how to do that. But yeah, you guys should throw some suggestions at me. How much do you want me to build a template? Or how about this? How much memory, because it starts at 13%. What's the max you think the memory should be at for a template? Like 20%? And that would be the absolute, like I wouldn't put it at 20% every time, but that would be the absolute max maybe. 20%, yeah. And like I said, I want to do it where it's enough for you guys to start building and set something up, and I don't want everything to look the same. So it's kind of one of those things. What do you guys think? Should we try and build one on stream right now? Why does the game start with red walls? That's super annoying. What? I guess. Say about 30% max? 30%? I mean, I feel like I got 70% to work with though. I don't know. I mean, if it's like the right template. I'm just changing a couple things real quick. I know you guys can't see it yet. There we go. All right, let's pull this up real quick here. All right. So if we're building a template for you guys to use, I got a couple ideas in my head. I'm just trying to figure out how to. This is one of those things. How do you make it a good template so that not everybody's stadium comes out looking the exact same? For this one, I kind of wanted to say you could build the walls however you want. So I want to give enough space in the back, but still have something to work around. Yeah, let's just start putting stuff down. We'll see. We can always move stuff around. It'll be kind of cool just for like a regular challenge. Like if we just call it something like the splash shot challenge. Like just build a stadium where you can have a splash shot somewhere, and then you guys just interpret it that however you want. So what if we put in like a river? So what are these? I should see. What are these dimensions actually at? 320. Okay, so that, I don't know. By the way, I don't know what this circle thing still is that's here. It must be something to do with the lighting, but that's annoying too. Maybe you build a small outfield bleacher section. The others can build a concourse in the stadium around it. Yeah, that could work. I thought about something like that too, where it's like, hey, this is what Go on. I need to start writing stuff down here because I'm coming up with different ideas for different challenges. So here, let's write this down. Challenge ideas. I can't even spell challenge right. Challenge ideas. So when we said splash shot challenge. Partially built stadium. Fill in the corners challenge. Oh my god, count me out on that one. Do like a renovation challenge where I build a smaller stadium and you guys renovate it into like a bigger stadium or something like that. Dude, that'd be like another one. What if or I could make like an upgrade a minor league park to a major league park. Okay, what do you guys think about like something like this? I'm not gonna do it right now, obviously, because it would take so fucking long. But what if I built like a minor league park, pretty much completely done, with the city somewhat in there, and then tell you guys, so this park, we're gonna keep one of these and just move it back for a second. Where it's like, okay, this minor league park has been promoted to the major leagues. Turn this minor league park into a major league city, or to a major league park, with the restriction being that you can't remove any of the streets. Like the streets have to like stay where they are. This is the plot of land you have to work with. Make this a major league stadium. That could be kind of a cool challenge. I got a couple ideas. I don't think we're gonna do this one for the first one. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on stream because I have kind of an idea. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it this way. See how you guys think about this. First challenge. You guys want to make it a major league park or a minor league park? I personally think when you're doing stuff with like backgrounds and that, I think minor league parks are more fun, but it's up to you guys. So let's just kind of collectively, I don't know how many guys are even in the chat. I don't think there's too many people here. I think between Twitch and YouTube, there's probably less than 10. Would you guys want to do a major league park or a minor league park to start? You know, I'll think of a challenge to go from there. I think a minor league park would be more fun. I think it'd be a good way to like start doing challenges is by building a smaller stadium, then maybe we work our way up. But it's up to you guys. Minor league because most people don't do minor league. Okay. That's kind of why I was doing the minor league challenge to start with when I was doing the showdowns, because I felt like most people weren't making minor league parks. It's kind of a good way to go out of your comfort zone. Yeah, you guys like the idea for minors? Okay. I'm gonna pull this back up for a second. Okay, so we got that established. We're gonna do a minor league park for our first challenge. How much minor league parks usually breed more creativity. That's what I think too. I think it's a lot more fun to incorporate. Sean of Detroit, what's going on, dude? We were just talking about doing a new challenge, which is, I don't know how familiar you are with the channel or how long you've been watching, but we used to do showdowns, or kind of like competitions where I put out a challenge and then everybody voted. I think we're just gonna get rid of the voting. We're talking about creating a new challenge where I'm gonna start a minor league park and then you guys are gonna finish it and we're gonna see what everybody else comes up with. So let me ask you guys this. How much of the stadium do you guys want done? First of all, do you want me to put, let's just say, do you want me to put in any seats behind foul territory, yes or no? Or do you guys want to leave that? Because I know some of you guys get pretty creative with the seats. Maybe we'll leave that out. I feel like a lot of the creativity in minor league parks honestly can come with the seating in foul territories. Maybe we won't do that. So maybe I can just come up with a setting for a minor league park. So let's do that. We'll leave the seats behind home and the foul territories out. You guys can put that in. What about, do you guys want, let's go with wall dimensions. Do you guys want to be able to do your own wall dimensions? Or do you want that to be set for you for this first challenge? Renovating a minor league park, not allowed to touch the city backdrop. Set the wall dimensions? Okay. So here's what we could do. So let's I'm kind of thinking this is like I said, I don't know if you guys played Roller Coaster Tycoon, but kind of like a scenario, like these challenges being like scenarios, like this is the situation. So for this first one, we could say, these are the dimensions that we have for this ballpark that was started. The first construction company fell through, but they got this done. So your challenge is to finish this ballpark, but not change anything that they had started. And then you guys are divided. You say set the wall dimensions or probably your own. I'll put it this way, if we do set wall dimensions, I won't make them crazy ridiculous like I did with the template challenge. You know what I mean? I'll make them very workable. I won't make weird and super high tall walls in random spots that you have to work around. I won't do that. How about, we can do a compromise too. How about I'll set the dimensions of the outfield walls, but you guys can feel free to change the heights however you want. Just don't move the dimensions, but you can make the walls taller in whatever area that you want to. How about that? And the other thing I want to do too is okay, how about this? What do you guys think is realistic for time that you guys would need to work on these? Like 2 weeks or something like that? Oh, that is a really weird wall dimension. Sorry, I was looking at some of the template ones that they come up with. I'm just gonna talk to you guys. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk to you guys, and I'm gonna kind of work on this in the background. If you guys are good with that. And then once I'm done, we can kind of see what you guys think. No, you can build it on 24. So here's the thing, if I upload it on 25, can you guys get it on 24? Because that is a question that I don't know the answer to. You have to save it. So wait, so if I build this on 25 and upload it, you guys can get it on 24? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so I build it on 25, it's gonna be able to get on 24, okay. I have heard that you get more memory on 25, and that's like the one nice thing about 25. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't messed with it much. Okay, I got a rough idea of what the wall dimensions are gonna look like, and it's nothing crazy. I might pop this joint out a little bit though. If okay, so I got the wall dimensions pretty set. Okay, so we're gonna call this SC Challenge 1. So when it's uploaded, you just search for SC Challenge 1. You haven't seen it yet, but you're already excited to start in on it. Well, good. This is kind of my goal. Is I want to get you guys excited about Stadium Creator again, because I feel like we're all freaking. You like the scenario idea from Roller Coaster Tycoon? That's cool. Yeah. I thought it made like it's one of those things. I thought it'd be like kind of like a fun challenge, but it, you know, if you don't want to participate, you don't have to. But my idea for this one is that they started building a minor league stadium and ran out of money, so you're taking over the project. So you need to finish it. It's kind of a real basic. And since this is our first challenge, we won't do anything too crazy. You know, we got to keep it pretty light for the first one. You know what's really weird? All I've done is change the wall color and the field dimensions, and I went up a percentage somehow. How does that work? Does the field size actually... We gotta test something here. Did you guys know this? The field size changes how much memory is used? I've never noticed that. Just for the hell of it, I moved a section of the wall back to 500 feet. It took up 3%, 2%. I did not know that. Okay, so we got the wall dimensions in. I feel kind of bad that you guys can't see this. Because I kind of want to reveal it when it's done. Okay, so we're just gonna say wall dimensions are done. We'll say batter's eye. You can use whatever batter's eye you want. That doesn't have to change, because that's can really affect your build. Unless you guys want to make it that you have to use the batter's eye that I'm putting on here, but I think picking your own batter's eye is part of the creativity, if I'm being honest. And I know there's some batter's eye that some guys really don't like too. Okay, do you guys want me to make any outfield sections that have to be left there? I could just make it look like really small ones that you guys have to work with. Or not. Or you want me to just leave it with no seats and just kind of build like a setting, like if I put like a river or a city or something small like that in. Or should I have it where it looks like they started building a stadium a little bit? Do. No opinion? And if you guys want an outfield section or not, like a small little bleacher section or something. This just makes me hate the fact that we can't change foul dimensions even more. Like, we just have these big rounded corners. Make it look like they started building part of it and couldn't finish it? Okay. I can do that. And it shouldn't take me that much time to get all this done either. What is happening with my game right now? Okay, hang on. Well. Okay, so make it look like they started it. Here's the thing, if you guys want to adjust these bleachers a little bit because of, you know, either height or like, I don't know what you'd call it. You'll see what I'm doing. Or like dead spots, you know, if like dead spots, or if you can move it around, just kind of keep the idea there. I wish I could, this is one of those weird things where I wish I could put the seats down without people in them, you know? I'll say this, for the outfield seats, we'll just say that you have to keep them there, but you can kind of play with them as need be. And I think once you guys see it, you'll know what I mean. And I'll explain it when it's done. I need to channel my inner Scotty Warren here. He's like the construction, he knows how to make good construction sites in this game. All right. So I'm building a really small section. Then I'll group it too so that you guys can easily adjust the height if you want to, or ungroup it and kind of play with it as need be. I'll try and keep certain things grouped so you can just, you you know, mess with them as you need to. You can alter seats, just not delete them. That's a good way to put it. So yeah, I'm kind of doing it so you can adjust the height or the angles, because I mean, the way that this outfield is going, because you got the stupid curves, you know, in the corner, and then it kind of kicks out a little bit right away. So depending on what you do, you can move these seats maybe back a touch, I don't know, but just to get around the dead zone, you know, we'll kind of leave it a bit open. And I'll put stuff in there to just kind of set the scene so you can delete it. We'll say for this too, for all the concourse tech, I'm gonna put in a tiny little bit of concourse. It's all gonna be concrete. We'll just kind of say that that's foundation, and you can change the texture and the concourse however you see fit. You guys good with that? So we're just saying it's a concrete foundation for the concourse, but you could change it to like a brick concourse or tile or whatever you want to. I'm just trying to get it more like a construction look. You good with that? Okay, cool. And then feel free to adjust the concourse and stuff too if like Z fighting becomes an issue. I'm gonna try and take care of it as best as I can. I'm pretty good at not getting Z fighting to show up. Okay. And what do you guys think? Should we put in like one? Let's vote on this. Should we put in like one feature somewhere that it looks like they were going to incorporate into the park that we can't remove? Like, should we throw like a lazy river in there somewhere that you have to include? Maybe you can move it, maybe you can't. Or do you guys want to do like features on your own? You want okay? Yeah. Okay. What do you guys want to do? The lazy river, or is there another prop you guys would want to see? That was kind of my example, but a lazy river won't be a bad idea. How big is the lazy river? It's not that big. I can do the lazy river, I suppose. There is one minor league park in real life. That's where that lazy river comes from. Rivy pick. We'll do lazy river. I'm gonna put the lazy river. We're gonna say the lazy river's real rough. You can move it around a little bit, and you can also adjust the height however you want. But I'm gonna kind of try and give it like a more kind of make it look like they set it up like they kind of had an idea of what they wanted to do for it. But you guys can adjust it however you want. Just try to keep it in that area. Rico Ramos, what's going on, buddy? So we'll do a lazy river. I'm just finding where I want to put it. Actually, it kind of fits right there with the curve of how that wall goes. So okay, so that'll be the rule. You can adjust the lazy river how you see fit. just keep it in that general area. And also the concourse pieces, like I said, you don't have to keep it. You can change the texture, obviously, but if I use the smaller ones, so if you find a way where you want to replace them with like the bigger ones, that's totally fine. Like I said, I don't want this to be like, oh, this person broke the rules, man. It's just supposed to be just like a fun challenge, you know? Nothing. We're not doing anything too serious. There's no winner. There's no losers. There's no prize money. So, you guys are free to do with it kind of how you feel. I'm not gonna be mad if you guys change something that's a little more than what I was thinking. It's just all in good fun. Can't see what you're doing. Yeah, so Rico, what we're doing right now is I'm coming up with kind of like a challenge. And so right now I'm keeping it hidden on purpose because we're going to reveal what it is later. So I'm going to put out another kind of, it's going to be like a showdown, but we're just calling it a challenge right now, where I'm going to start a stadium a little bit and then you guys are going to finish it. Yeah, I can make a video about it. And I'll see if I can remember all the rules too. And you know what? When I'm done with this, I'll throw it up on the screen and you guys we can go over and see if it's too much or too little. But it probably won't be too little, but you guys can tell me if you think if I've done too much or if it looks okay. Doing deadlifts will do something to a person not built for upper body strength. I haven't worked out in like 15 years. Okay. Give me 1 second because I gotta regroup this. I'm gonna try and, like I said, I'm gonna try and keep things into groups for you guys to adjust as needed. I'm fat. I'm what? I'm right around 5'11", 6 feet. I'm like 208. I should probably be like in the 180s. As long as you're good with who you are, then that's okay. Like I said, I don't want to make this too crazy. Okay, do you guys want me to build? I've got like a small bleacher section in the left. Yeah, it's smallish. we can maybe take it down a little bit. It's a decent amount of section in the outfield. And then I have the lazy river on right with kind of an idea of what they were going to do. Do you guys want me to build anything else in the outfield where it's like there's roads so that you can't build past the roads, where you have to keep the stadium in like a certain area? Or do you think this is just enough, just like a quick start? This really isn't a whole lot. Do you guys want outfield distance restrictions, I guess, where there's like a road with like a small town started in the back that you can't build beyond? We're only at 15%, so we're looking pretty good. Give restrictions? Okay. I'll use roads for restrictions. You guys can feel free to change the roads. Like if you want like a different road type, if that makes sense. I will say this, the road just kicked it up to 20%. So maybe we'll rethink what type of road we have. Sorry guys, give me a sec. I say we can't move anything to do with the city. We got hired to finish the stadium, not change the city landscape, just an idea. Yeah, like I said, I want to kind of ease into this challenge too. So while that probably would be the goal eventually, I don't want to come in hard with a challenge that's like, hey, here's all these rules too. The other thing too, I was just looking at, so this setting I'm thinking is like a downtown area, and I'll let you guys build the city. I just kind of threw out a road for like a plot to put it on. That makes it a challenge though. Yeah, I suppose. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do here is do you guys want me to set the road on the ground or level with one of the concourses so that it's at full. You know what? I'll group it so you guys can move it if you want to. Because I don't know if you guys want this stadium below street level or above street level. I'll leave that up to you guys, but I will group the all the streets so you can adjust the height of the street. That sounds like a pretty fair thing to do. You can leave the street on the ground or raise it up, but that'll just be like the restriction for distance. And I'm not making it even too. You're gonna have a lot less room to work with in left field than right field. Right field, you're gonna have a lot of room to work with. Left field, you're gonna have to kind of squeeze in. I had an idea for a challenge a while back. Rebuild your first stadium from scratch and make it better. I'll add it to my list. Because yeah, I want suggestions from you guys too. So rebuild your first stadium. And then as we do these, when you guys go to StadiumsCenter.com to submit these, I will post a separate link to submit the challenges. And I'll make it clear on the website which is for which. But I like that too. I like that rebuild your first stadium from scratch and make it better. If we do that one, then I'll put it on the forum too. Like, hey, what was your first stadium name? What's the original name? So we can find it. And then what's the new one? And then we can compare the two. Okay, I'm at 20%, so I don't want to get too restrictive here. Amish TV is back. How about we all remodel the Moonshot Casino? That would be tough, man. I've messed with the Moonshot Casino a little bit here and there, and it's easier said than done for sure. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to look for a certain thing here. I guess this part that I'm doing right now isn't super necessary, but... Yeah, you know what? I was gonna build a bunch of construction props, make it look like a construction site, but you guys would just end up deleting it all anyway, so who cares? Alright, fellas, I gotta go make some dinner. I'll see you on the flip side. Alright, it's Ace Sanders. We're almost done with this, so. Sewellsville, what's the population of that locale? What? I feel like I missed something. Alright, is there anything else you guys can think of before I show you this that you'd want possibly done? Kind of wonder if that's too much room. Eh, probably not. If you want to do outside, that'd be cool. What Mark Stevens said earlier about remodeling the Moonshot Casino. Needs a dog. If you guys want to throw in a dog, you can. That's one thing I always want to do with my builds, and I always forget. Just throw in a dog. I'm trying to decide if this is ready for you guys to look at or not. Then yeah, obviously you can change the foul poles or the wall colors, do whatever you want with that, depending on what you want to do. I'm gonna change one thing real quick. There we go. All right, so I've got field with dimensions kind of set up. I got a decent amount of bleachers on the left, which maybe we'll take some of those away. We'll see. We'll see what you guys think. And then I got a lazy river in right with a little bit of stands above it. And then I just have a street laid out that are going to be kind of like the dimensions that you have to keep it within. And then you can play with it however you want. And I was gonna make it look like a big construction site, but I figured you guys would end up deleting that anyway. So, yeah. It's up to you guys. You know, how many people even got in here still? Is anybody even still watching? Alright, so here's what we got so far. Yeah, she's playing City Skylines too. Oh, someone was asking if you were playing City Skylines. Alright, so here's what we got so far. So this is like a minor league park that got started that you need to finish. So minor league, I don't know if you want to set a limit to it or not, maybe 16,000 fans. We won't put an official limit on it. But general idea, minor league park, this is what got started. You got to finish it. So the stands in left is the field dimensions. They're going to put a lazy river in right. You can probably move this around however you want. This is just kind of a general concept. I was going to guess Farming Simulator 25, but I didn't want to pry. But yeah, then this is just kind of where the city streets are. And that's like, you just can't go beyond these city streets. So quite a lot of room to work with here. Not so much room to work with in left. And then you can change this if you want to too. And I got this grouped, so you can change with this turn. I'll just group it so it's easier for you guys to adjust the height. You can adjust wall heights if you want to, so make this easy so you guys can just grab it, and if you want to change the wall heights. And then this isn't grouped, but concrete you can obviously change to whatever texture you want. Lazy river doesn't have to be exactly right here, just kind of lazy river in right field, however you want. This is a general concept of it. Yeah, so you can't build past the roads. You guys think that's enough space? And just try to make it tight on one side and pretty loose on the other. Behind here, you can go wherever you want. Like, you can make your stands as big as you want, because I didn't really want to figure out the dimensions for that. So what do you guys think about that for a start? Do you think that's open enough, or is it too restricted, or is it a good start? And then you can obviously change this tile too if you want. Oh, just kind of, I just did it because I kind of matched, I kind of went with the wood, you know, like the tile and the wood. You could also, like, if you want to take these two out and lower these stands, that's fine too. Cal Raleigh just hit his 54th home run, so it's the most by switch hitter. Yep. Time Nicky Mantle again. Dimensions of the field, like what are they? It's a pretty small stadium. It gets a little deep in right field, I guess, but yeah, it's a minor league park. I made the fence bigger and left because it was a shorter park. Perfect challenge template. What will you name it? Ooh. Right now I just have it as SC Challenge 1. Is you guys okay with that name, or is that... I just figured for the next one we just do SC Challenge 2, SC Challenge 3. I'm also gonna change these seats just to try and deter you guys from yellow, because I fucking hate yellow seats. But you can do whatever you want with it. You can have yellow seats if you want, I don't care. What do you guys think? For a first one, do you think this is good? Is this too many seats for bleachers out here? Do you want me to take like this part away? Or are you guys good with all this? But this is kind of what I thought of to start with. It's nothing real crazy. I want to keep the first one real basic. Leave it as open for creativity as we can. I'm getting Z fighting. This isn't even touching the walls, is it? Oh, it might be a little bit. Back up just a touch. Get rid of that Z fighting. And you guys can do whatever you want with the concrete. I don't care. I've been using gray seats lately. Gray? How does that look? Then yeah, I'll leave this again. I thought it'd be cool to leave this open the first time too. Like, you guys can put your buildings here if you want to make it a park, whatever you guys want to do. I don't want to give you too much to work with, but with these roads, we hit 20% pretty quick. The other thing too, I was gonna say, if you want to change these roads to a different, like the smaller road, like let's just say you want to use like this or whatever, just to have 2 lanes there, I don't care. If you want to make it like a small town, maybe that has whatever, you can go ahead and change those roads if you want. You guys like it? All right. Anything else, or should I upload it? Or are we good with this? Or is that dirt roads? Yeah. Carmen's dead. Oh, yeah, so Carmen's dead. That's what I was saying. You know what? Maybe we should look at that real quick. So I can put these roads back pretty easily. When I first put a road down, it only took up 2%, and then as soon as I put more down, it racked up. This was the other thing I was going to show you guys too. So I took this wall. Look at this. I didn't know that the game did this. So we're at 20%. If I push this wall back to 500, we'll be at like 22. Oh, now it's not doing it. I don't get how this game does memory, because when I did this before, it took up another 2%. So weird. Now it's not doing anything. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. A trick you use for memory is that so my memory tricks are you set your dirt and grass first, because for whatever reason it doesn't usually take up memory. And then sometimes if you put in a road last, sometimes it doesn't take up memory either. I don't know. But I've had it where I put the roads in very last and it only uses like 1% memory or 2%. You place a prop and then changes to the one you want? Interesting. Oh, I want to see it. Can we test this? Let's just go into lights. What takes a lot of memory on lights? Does it tell you right away or no? These probably got to take up a ton, right? So that's a 22. So let's just take that back out. That's a 1. Back at 22. I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. But that's what I thought you meant. I haven't played MLB in 2 months. Any significant change to Stadium Creator? Nope, there hasn't been a change in Stadium Creator in a year. There's been nothing new in 26. So if I want all those duplicate road props, I can reduce the memory cost quite a bit. Interesting. What do you guys think? You want me to take out the roads? Because those roads are taking up like 5%. And for those of you guys who are just jumping in, this is it's kind of like the new showdown, but we're just calling it challenges now. We're not going to do any voting on it. I'm just going to put out a new challenge with kind of a little mini storyline to it. And then you guys can submit it, and then we'll check them out on stream, and I'll eventually make a video about it. You want to leave them? Do you want me to try and change it to the smaller rows to see if it takes up less memory? And so this is, like, well, I'll show it again. This is SC Challenge 1. And you guys are pretty much free to do whatever you want with it. We're kind of just saying the rules are, you got to keep these stands. If you want to change the walls, you can. I think it'd be better if you didn't. But you can adjust these stands up and down with the walls however you see fit. You got to keep the wall dimensions, but you can change the wall heights. You have to have the lazy river. You can adjust it up and down too with the walls. If you're gonna move the walls, you can adjust it. But the lazy river in right field, this is kind of if you want to keep it. It was just an idea I had. Maybe I had like some advertising or something here. You could take out this wall and put concessions under it. It's totally fine. But lazy river in right, something like that. And then you can't build outside these roads. And the rest of it, you're just kind of free to do whatever you want with it. Those are kind of the thing for the challenge here. We'll save it too before anything crashes. Sounds fun. Yeah, we're just trying to do something a little different here. And if you guys missed the beginning of the stream too, I do want to start leaning towards streaming over videos. I still will make videos and stuff like that, but I like streaming a lot more than I like editing videos and putting stuff together, just because it's easier to do different things. So I am going to try and start streaming more. What are we going to save this? Let's see, challenge more. Or we can put it in the very front, actually. What's there? Fast XP. Yeah, we don't need that there. You feel the roads are important for the blueprint of the stadium? Yeah, they are. I just thought maybe if we changed it to a smaller road, then maybe it would take up less memory. But maybe not. Editing videos is so time consuming. Yeah, it really is. It takes me on average, like I know for total recording, getting the shots set up, doing my voiceover, putting in the music, I would say to show a stadium for 1 minute takes me about 40 minutes of editing. Part of it too is writing the script and getting the shots and all that stuff done too, but yeah, I mean a video with 10 stadiums, it's probably 4 or 5 hours for me. Even when I know what I'm doing and I kind of have it laid out what I'm going to do and I know the process, and then I put all the graphics in on top of it too, it is time consuming, yeah. But all right, back to the point though. Is everybody good with this template? Do you think it's ready to upload? Do we need to add anything? Do we need to take anything away? Or are we pretty set? I don't think there's a ton of guys on either. Like I said, I think there's probably less than 10. I have no idea. Amish thinks it's good to go. Yeah, we'll upload it. We'll upload it unless you guys jump in. Add a baby in the lazy river. That's up to you if you want to do that. The baby prop has no room in any of my stadiums. Let's go back to just chatting here. So we can build a city beyond the road. The stadium just can't go past the road. Yes, exactly. I didn't want to put a city or a park or anything like that. I wanted to leave that open for interpretation for you guys. That's just basically the physical limit. And if you want to change from like the 4-lane road to the 2-lane road or whatever you want to do, that's totally up for grabs too. Feel free to change the roads. Just leave the dimensions roughly the same there. And then I am uploading it right now. And then yeah, obviously like things like the location and the altitude and everything like that, feel free to play with, and that doesn't matter. I feel like when most of us are creating, we're going more for aesthetics than how it plays. Sounds like fun. Hey, you're welcome, man. Stadium upload to the vault failed. Please connect to the show online and try again. I'm not connected to the online. I've never had that. Does it always say connect to the show online? Oh yeah, I'm online. So it should be up in a little bit. And then how long, that's the other thing, I don't think anybody answered me on this. How long do you guys want? What do you want the deadline to be? A couple weeks? Can you get it done by the end of the week? When do you want to look at them? Almost always says that, yeah. I've never actually just read the message. Like it always says upload failed. I've never really read the message that comes up. 2 weeks? We can do 2 weeks. For this first one, let's go. How about... I was trying to pull the calendar, I can't see. Well, I can use my phone, I suppose. What's the date today? The 16th? I have a missed call. Oh, it was spam. Ooh, dog's tracker's low. Blah, 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 blah. Today's the 16th. You want to shoot for the end of the month, the 30th? Yeah, that sounds about right, the 30th. Maybe we can do like a bi-weekly thing. And in the meantime, I can come up with another challenge. I suppose I could work on this challenge too. See what I come up with. October 1st. So yeah, maybe we'll do a stream October 1st before I go to work. We can take a look at them. And then I will put something up on StadiumCenter.com too to so you guys can submit out I'll make a new submission form for it. I'll have to double check that it gets uploaded too here. I'm kind of refreshing it to check, but it looks like it's not up there yet. But yeah, SC Challenge 1. And we're kind of going for a minor league. I guess you can make a big park if you want, but the idea is a minor league park. Have you guys ever thought about making a stadium? I've never thought of a good way to do it. But let's just say you have like, I don't know how to even explain it. You have stands and then like a street and then somehow continue the stadium with more stands on the other side of the street. I've always thought of trying to figure out a way to do that, but I guess it just kind of has to be like rooftop buildings, or like building rooftops with stands to make it make any sense. I really don't know a better way to do it, or any other way to do it, I should say. I don't know, without making it looking just absolutely freaking ridiculous. Like a Wrigley rooftop or warehouse. Yeah, I mean, something like that, but like different. Like a way where it's not a rooftop seating, where like somehow the street just cut through the stadium. I've had it where I've had, I don't remember the name of the park because somebody else came up with the name of it for me. But we had one where the road went underneath the stands in right, and if you were driving on it, there was like a fence, and you could see like the cars going by. You have a stadium with rooftop seating and a warehouse on a corner. My first ever stadium I made was Wrigley Field inspired. I wonder if I can even find it. I know we found it on stream before, but I can show you guys my first stadium I ever made in Stadium Creator. It goes back in August of 23. That's when I found Stadium Creator. It was a thing. Because I hadn't played, I think my last, before, what would it be? Before 23, I think the last version of the show that I played might have been like 17. Looking at my first ever stadium, I just loaded it in. I'm at 64% memory. Alright, so I found it here. We'll take a look. This is my first stadium I ever made in Stadium Creator. Maybe a hotel with a plaza that butts up inside the stadium box over the road outside the stadium. So that's kind of like what Target Field has now. We can look at that in a second. I can pull it up on my computer. But this is my first stadium I ever made in Stadium Creator. This is called Wrigleyville North. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this. I've shown it a few times. But yeah, I was going for, you know, a Wrigley feeling. This is before standing room fans were a thing. This was built in 23. So I had the L train that you could get to the stadium on, was the idea. With a little road, parking ramp out there. You got that way up there. This thing says Go Cubs. The stadium stairs on each side. I don't think I did anything too crazy back here. I actually put in some vendors. Look at that. I actually put in some suite levels? Man. This isn't bad for my first attempt at a stadium. Got the restaurant across the street. Buddy M's thing kind of connected in here. Got the park in the park. Little out of town scoreboard. Built an entrance plaza. Got roads out here. They don't really make sense because they're on such different levels. But I figured as long as you can't see outside the stadium, you don't really have to worry about it. But yeah, this is my first ever attempt at building a stadium in Stadium Creator. I think my very first YouTube video was August 1st of 23. It was this stadium. There's definitely some stuff I would do different now that you know, I know a bit more what I'm doing, but I don't think it was too bad for a first attempt. Wanted to go with all the brick buildings. Yeah, Phil was here earlier. I don't know. I don't think he still is. He asked for a new canoe logo set with actual canoes, so I just uploaded him. You know what? I'll text him for you. Let's see, Phil. Let's see. My phone does no Carmen's Dead when I type it. Karma's dad said he uploaded a new logo set for the San Diego Canoes. If you guys want to text Phil, here's his number. Just kidding. That would be so shitty. Just give out Phil's number on stream. 555-555-555. Had you ever created YouTube content before Stadium Creator? Nope. I'd always thought about doing something with YouTube. Actually, my first idea for doing YouTube, I wanted to make alternate video game trailers. I wanted to make trailers for video games. And I was going to upload those. And that was my first idea I had for a YouTube channel. And then like literally a week later, I found out Stadium Creator was a thing. So I started making stadiums. And go one second, we got the stadium. I started making stadiums. So I started looking up if there were any tutorials and like how to use Stadium Creator, would see what other people were doing. I found Harrison Sawyer's channel and he was showing off stadiums that people were doing. So I submitted a couple to him and he showed off one or two of mine. And then he kind of stopped making videos shortly after I found Stadium Creator. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just make a YouTube channel so I can show off my own creations, because he was just taking too long to get to mine. And then I started doing that. And then real shortly after that, I found Phil's channel. I sent Phil a couple of my stadiums. I think I had made 4 videos at that point. And I was like, hey man, if you want to check out some of my stadiums, here's what they are. And here's links to videos that I made about them. New Year's, Phil posted his number? Really? That is not something I would ever do. But yeah, so that's how I found Phil. I found Phil's channel, said, hey, here's some of my stadiums. And then I was working part-time at the time in Arizona when I started doing YouTube, I think. No, when I started doing YouTube, we were in California still, but shortly after we moved to Arizona for a year. I had a bunch of downtime, so then I had the idea to start showing off other people's stadiums too. And I came up with the name Stadiums That Inspire when I was out walking my dog. And it just kind of went from there. Not really the craziest story, but yeah, that's the only thing I've done on YouTube is Stadium Creator. I've thought about doing other stuff, but just doing Stadium Creator alone takes up so much of my time that I just haven't. I've thought about streaming other games too. I didn't know if you guys would be into that. Like if I was streaming, if I would. Is this like a Christmas song? This is a Christmas song. Hold on, we gotta change the song. It's very off. Oh, it's like over anyway. Oh, we're in like a Christmas section. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, apparently. Not even Halloween yet. Lost my train of thought because I heard like jingle bells in my ears. What the hell are we talking about? Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys would want to do like hang out on stream mode. I'm playing other games. Look, I'm playing like either like Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, or I've been playing a lot of 2 Point Museum lately. Merry Christmas to everybody. Yeah, it's only 3.5 months away. Got a fiscal quarter to go. If you guys were into like the old Roller Coaster Tycoon games and that kind of thing, Planet Coaster's great. Otherwise, 2 Point Museum is a really fun game where there's a sandbox mode, so you can do whatever you want. But I've been playing the storyline mode where you get these museums and they got these just like fun little quirks to them. Like you start off doing like prehistory, right? And you have to send your guys out on like these archaeological digs, and they come back with exhibits, I guess you could call them. So they come back with exhibits and you incorporate them into your museum, but some of them they just have like fun little twists on them. Like they'll dig up, it looks like one of them's like a stone, it looks like a floppy disk drive. And it's just got like a really fun, like charming humor to it. Yeah, honestly, 2 Point, yeah, that company, because they have 2 other games that I've never played. They have 2 Point Campus and 2 Point Hospital. And Museum's the first one I've ever played, but it does give me a Sid Meier's vibe, because I used to play a lot of Sid Meier's games too. Civilization is good, yeah. I haven't gotten the new Civilization yet just because it came out with such bad reviews. You've played 2 Point Hospital? I haven't played 2 Point Hospital, but 2 Point Museum is really fun. I played the crap out of Civilization 5 and 6. We haven't gotten 7 yet, just because we were kind of waiting for it to go on sale, because we heard some not so good things, and it sounds like it's gotten to a point where it's a decent game. But we just got, we've been playing Borderlands over here quite a bit. Borderlands 4. I thought my dog wanted something. Borderlands 4, I don't think that's really something I would stream a whole lot. I mean, like I said, I could go live all day, every day, because I'm on my computer quite a bit. But I just figured you guys were here for the Stadium content, so I never really stream that stuff. I think PS Plus has it free in September. Oh, really? For Civilization? I don't have PlayStation Plus though either. Yeah, the new one came out in January. Was it January? We were gonna get it right away, but then it came out with such rough reviews about how it's kind of an incomplete game. We're kind of waiting for it. Oh, the other thing too, if you guys are, looks like most of you guys are on YouTube. I have a link in Twitch. If you're on my Twitch and you scroll down, I get most of my games for PC. I always check. You can click it in my link too. It's like an affiliate code. You guys don't have to use it or anything. Oh, we're out of music. What the hell happened? We'll just start it back at the top here. There we go. I always check this one website called Instant Gaming, and they always have really good deals. Like we got the top version of Borderlands, which is normally like 130 or 140 bucks. I got it on Instant Gaming, pre-ordered, so before it even came out, I think I paid $105 for it. So it's saving like 25-30 bucks. But yeah, in my Twitch there's a link to it. It's called Instant Gaming. It's instant-gaming, and it's basically it's like CD Keys if you ever use that website. It's just discounted Steam games. They have sales, but like a lot of the times you can find some really good deals on there. The one kicker is that a lot of times they're out of stock on stuff, but you can just set up a reminder. Like I put a reminder out for Borderlands 4 when I thought of it, and literally the next day they're like, hey, we got more keys in, and I was like, okay, cool. So I've saved probably $1,000 over the years because I buy a lot of games. But you can find games a lot of times for at least 10 bucks off on that website if you're gonna play them on PC. They do have them for Xbox and PlayStation also, but I've never used it for that. But it's worked great for me on PC games. But that's not even like a paid plug for them or anything. Just if you guys, just to save some money. Let me pull it up real quick. Just curious if they have 2 Point Museum on there. Let's see, 2 Point Museum. They do. So right now they have it on Steam in stock for $26.09, which I think on Steam they're selling it for about 40 bucks, 35, 40 bucks. Feels like it's like a quarter off. The version that I have, the Explorer Edition, looks like they're out of stock on, but that comes with all the DLC. Yeah, just the main version though they do have for $26. Yeah, I'm getting a little hungry. We'll probably get off pretty quick here. We kind of came what we came to do. We got some good ideas. We talked about stuff we might change on stream a little bit more. Trying to get some fresh ideas for the videos, that kind of thing. Actually, honestly guys, I think we might just call it for the day. Oh, we've been on for like 3 hours already, or what? Yeah, almost 3 hours. Let me see if that challenge uploaded. What do we call it? SC Challenge. I'll try and search it. I'll make sure it gets up though. SC Challenge 1. Let's see if it finds it. I'll try and re-upload it before I jump off too if it's not there yet. Oh, so make sure you download the right one because there is a Phil named one of his stadiums SC Challenge 1 that he uploaded, and I guess my template challenge also got uploaded as SC Challenge 1. So I mean, it is up there. Just make sure you guys download the right one because the other one was the template challenge, but it is up and ready to go. You're years behind on games, so I always get good deals with full DLC. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I have over 70 games that I own that I have not played yet. It's freaking ridiculous. You get those Steam sales and like, oh, $2-3 for this game with all the DLC, cool, and then you never play it. Yeah, we should probably get you guys out too, huh? Well, but yeah, guys, I think we're gonna jump off for the day. I got some stuff I gotta take care of. I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten yet today. I just kind of woke up and jumped on stream. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let me bounce some ideas off you guys. I'm barely going to start Spider-Man 2. I haven't played any of the Spider-Man games. But yeah, thanks for dropping in. We might stream tomorrow, I don't know yet. But thanks for all the good ideas. Download SC Challenge 2 and get it started. Submit them on StadiumsCenter.com. I will get a new form up probably by the end of the night here. And I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Always have a good time doing it.